Okay, so this is step 2. I'm going to go in and double check my measurements, erase any unnecessary lines, and just refine my drawing. At this point, it's good to go in with your vine charcoal, because the vine charcoal is going to come up easier when you go into erase. So I'm going in to erase any unnecessary lines, and I'll start continuing with the structure of my drawing with the vine charcoal. So right now I know that this is my pupil area. So I'll come directly up from this center of the pupil. I'm going to move up, and I have my upper lid. So I'm going to mark the top of the lid. Now this lid goes across the pupil and then comes down, and it's going down into the corner of the eye. And keep in mind, the lower lid is going to come out from under the lid, and it's going to wrap around that pupil area and go into the tear duct. So right now I'm just putting in structural lines. Here we have our tear duct. I'm looking at the structure, comes up and goes over the pupil. Now in here is our eyeball. So I'm going in to put all these structural lines in, refining the structural lines. Over this lid we have this flap of skin that cuts down over the brow. And then we have the brow line that comes in at this angle. And in this intersection, this is our eye socket. So let's make sure we have our structural lines, what's happening here. This lid is, this fatty skin can refine it coming in, and these two intersect. Notice how the brow and the flap of skin, the brow goes up, the eyebrow, and this flap of skin comes in over the upper lid. So I'm looking at shapes and angles. Looking at this pupil area, putting in the inner pupil. And this lower lid comes in from that tear duct. So this is what I'm doing, is I'm placing this line here that indicates the top flap of skin. Keep in mind, this lower lid is 3-dimensional. So we're going to exaggerate it here so we can actually see what's going on with this lower lid as it comes from the upper lid. So whenever you're drawing your model, whenever you're drawing the eye of a model, you really want to look at these structures, because as you look at the shadow area, you will begin to decide what are you going to keep and what will you get rid of. You may not keep all the details, but you do have to decide for your particular drawing what are the most important things that you want to retain in your drawing when you're thinking about how your model is staged.